Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Deputy. Thank you. Chairman of comment appreciating the National Assembly Committee
to interrogate the narrative.
Thank you, sir.
Also the Chairman House Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development. In Oyo State, the Peace Center State. Thank you.
Management of State House. With committees, and I want to put on record that the level of cooperation, the level of encouragement I've received from this committee is next to none. So I want to start by thanking you all, the chairman, sir. There are things you want to do or say that you don't have the right words. But all I can tell you about with the chairman is God bless you. You have been there for us. You have always been there. And you have never for once, in any way, in any form. This I think should even be the first major visit to the State House since I assumed it. And I want to, I've been to your office I've been to the vice chairman and we have met at budget defense, but I must confess that your level of cooperation is quite encouraging, and I sincerely thank you all for this. Having said that, let me run through my little write-up here. Honorable Chairman and members of the House of Representatives, the presentation before you, I'm starting with page 1. Members of the House of Representatives Committee on Special Duties, on behalf of the State House management and staff, I most sincerely welcome you to the State House in the discharge of your statutory and legislative oversight functions in order to assess our 2023 and 2024 budget performance. Honorable Chairman, sir, and members of the committee, for clarity, it will be pertinent to start this presentation by informing you that the State House budget is made up of 7 cost centers in the annual appropriation as follows. 1, the State House headquarters, the State House operations, the State House operations, the State House operation president, State House operation vice president, Office of the Chief of Staff, Office of the Chief Security Officer to the President, the State House Medical Center, and the State House Liaison Office Lagos. So apparently from this, out of the 7, 6 are in Abuja here. Only 1 is outside Abuja. That is Lagos. 2023 personnel cost. In 2023 fiscal year, the sum of 1.653 billion was approved for the personnel budget, out of which 1.653 was expended with a balance of 439,433 naira 0.66 kobo. 2023 appropriation overhead expenditure. The State House total overhead expenditure for the year 2023 was 8.29 billion, spread across 7 cost centers. Out of this appropriation, the total sum of 8.29 was released. Of the release amount, 8.27 was expended during the fiscal year, leaving an outstanding balance of 14.5 million. This was an impressive budget implementation of 99.82%. Annual utilization of release funds to the aforementioned cost centers for the year under review can be seen in the summarized overhead budget performance in the table below. You can see the breakdown: 2023 appropriation, total releases, then the total expenditure, then the balances, as is related there, which coincide with the figure above. 2023 appropriation capital expenditure. The total capital expenditure for 2023 was 11.2 billion. Accordingly, it was spread across the 7 cost centers. Out of the total appropriation, 10.9 was expended, leaving a balance of 266.6 billion from the approved project, representing overall performance of 98%. The breakdown of the 2023 capital budget performance is summarized below, as you can see in the table. Honorable Chairman and members of the committee, the detailed analysis of the 2023 budget performance of both overhead and capital expenditure is provided in Appendix 1, 2, and 3, which was utilized as follows. Amount released 28 billion, of which the sum of 21.1, including the outstanding liabilities of 3.5, was expended, leaving a balance of 3.356, representing a performance of 78%. The detailed analysis of the supplementary budget performance is also attached as Appendix 3, Roman Figure 3. Now, 2024 appropriation. The Honorable Chairman and members, once more, on behalf of the management and staff of the State House, I wish to sincerely thank and appreciate the National Assembly, including the Honorable Committee members, for your understanding, for approving our reasonably increased budget and allocation. This was very important and crucial for us considering the enormous demand from various call centers during the current difficult fiscal year. This has gone a long way in enhancing our performance as an important arm of government, especially with regards to the welfare of staff and various capital projects, especially the renovation of the residential quarters of Mr. President, Abuja House, computerisation and digitalization of the State House, construction of office complexes within the State House, replacement of operational pool vehicles, and a host of others. 2024 personnel cost. The personnel cost for 2024 is put at 2.2 billion, was approved for the personnel cost, out of which 1.45 was expended with a balance of 664 million. I need to state here that 2024 has not ended, so the personnel cost is still living. That is, they pay every month as the month goes. Thank you very much, sir. 2024 appropriation overhead expenditure. The Honorable Chairman and members of the committee, the total State House overhead expenditure for 2024 is 22.6 billion, which is spread across the aforementioned 7 call centers. Out of this appropriated amount, so far as at 31st August 2024, the total sum of 15.1 billion had been released to us. Of the said release amount, a total sum of 14.9 billion has so far been expended during the fiscal year, leaving an outstanding balance of 14.5 million. This represents an encouraging performance of 99% in the State House. The summary of the 2024 overhead budget performance as at 31st of August 2024 can be seen in the table summarized below. 2024 appropriation capital expenditure. The State House total capital expenditure for the year 2024 is 51.3 billion so far. So far, the sum of 22 billion has been expended across various aspects of the call centers, leaving a balance of 29.3 from the approved budget, which represents 43% implementation so far. Let me pause here by explaining that the capital allocation for this year did not come on time for obvious reasons. I think we got the first allocation around August. Am I correct, DFA? We got the first allocation around August, but because of the peculiarity of State House, we commenced implementation early enough. So because it's as if we knew there would be some problems that we soon look into, we soon discuss. So if we are at 43% now, I want to also state here that there are commitments made, there are projects awarded, but payment is a function of work done. So performance, as far as I'm concerned, is not in figure. It must be commensurate to work done on ground. So that even though there are commitments, until the work is done, it's not paid for. So this is why it appears as if we have not gone far as at October. Ideally, by now we should be talking about 75%. But the work done on ground is being measured to justify payment at every point in time. So the table of that breakdown is also stated as table 4 that you can all see. Honorable Chairman and members of the committee, the detailed analysis of the 2024 budget performance of both overhead and capital expenditure is provided in Appendix 4 and 5. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Chairman and members of the committee, I wish to once again thank you very much for your oversight visit to the State House. I wish to place on records that your invaluable assistance, guidance, and understanding this past and current fiscal year has been helpful, and as we strive to deliver on our commitment to provide excellent efficient and quality service to Mr. President towards the effective discharge of this enormous responsibility to Nigeria. And it is deserving, and its deserving citizens. We also hope that you will continue to be of this level of assistance as we prepare for the fast approaching 2025 budget. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much. That was the
Permanent Secretary, sir, in terms of timeline, when will the computerization and the process in the State House be completed?
By the end of November, the entire State House will be fully digitalized.
And Nigerians are also interested to know about the status of the Jordan Barracks in Lagos. What is the current status of that location? And are there plans for it to become fully functional to host some state events?
Let me state that the Jordan Barrack was once upon a time the federal seat of power, and it's been neglected over the decades. But right now, before the end of December, the entire Jordan Barrack will be wearing a completely new look. The members will be going there to do an on-the-spot assessment of the work done. Phase 1 has been completed. Phase 2 is already starting. By then, the entire project will be completed and will be very, very functional. Staff are already deployed there. It will also be digitalized, and we have even provided solar panel there to ensure steady supply of electricity in that location as well as water supply. It will be available. It will be done. It will be well furnished.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll start with the 2024, which is still in the process of being executed. So far, so good. Releases that have been made have been utilized about 98-99%. That is quite commendable. There are no gaps and nothing much to talk about. 2023 has been completed. Members have asked questions and we've had responses from the PAMSEC. So far, I think we didn't have much to say. We are convinced that they are doing well. They are putting in their best. Also on the digitization of the State House, which is long overdue. I must commend the PAMSEC. They've done a very good job. So far, so good. We've just finished inspecting the items that are to be used for the digitization, and I must say that it's quite commendable.
Permanent Secretary, sir,